Hello there, Smite fans, and welcome to the North American Challenger Circuit. Already this year, we've seen some great teams playing, and a few of them going to be coming back, at least a few of the players going to be coming back and trying to do exactly what they did before, except maybe this time a little bit better for them. My name is Gormizer, and joining me on the internet desk today is going to be Desync. So how you doing, man?
I am doing good. I'm excited to see this some NACC action because every single team is so entirely different in this one, namely Monkey Business and Dog One. Both of them starting us off with hugely different rosters. Benny Q back on this Dog One team, and I'm personally am extremely excited to see Benny play again. Also excited because we won't be seeing Robin, Osiris, or Fafnir, as those three are the first three bans of the game. Dog One, it's the final ban now coming out on their side.
And it's just going to be the chunk. I mean, pretty much everything that we see down there in the bands has been the kind of usual that we've seen really so far in the last few weeks, just the way that the changes come in. Chang'e being probably one of the most prominent bans or picks that has been out there. She just does a lot of damage, provides a lot for the team. Someone else who can do that, though, is going to be Bellona in a different way, but she has a ton of control and is regarded as honestly like one of the best solo laners right now. So not surprised to see Monkey Business grab that immediately.
Yeah, especially with that Osiris ban, it definitely telegraphed that they wanted Bellona to go over to their side. They wanted to go ahead and make sure that they give Xenomhawk something that he can play, he can bully with. Meanwhile, Dog One, I believe they do have a sub for their support right now. It will not be Collateral, who will be main roster for them. Instead, it is going to be Nazarian, and they're going to make sure he gets the Terra on her possibly duo lane. Terra could be flexing the solo lane, but with the recent rise of warriors back in the solo lane, don't think it's going to happen.
And then another person that we've seen a lot of lately is going to be Hades. And this one's going to be very interesting because with Bellona picked up, this is more than likely going to be going into the mid lane. And that's kind of where we've been seeing it prosper lately. And that's a player. It's going to be on Viper. And he is one who has been bouncing back and forth between, I think, like 6 different roles, even though there's only 5, where he just has always kind of migrated right back into this mid lane, always found his way to be comfortable here, and I think he's going to be able to provide a lot on this Hades. On the other side, though, we see the Awilish return along with the Athena being picked up by Monkey Business as well, and going right into the next bans, the thing that catches me off guard is that's an Ao Kuang.
Yeah, I'm not entirely positive as to why they're going to go ahead and ban away the Ao Kuang. It's just such a weird god that we haven't seen in so long, but, you know, to each their own. Maybe they know something about Monkey Business that we do not. Susano, that's no secret there. They're just going to ban him away because Susano is a very, very strong character right now, exceptionally mobile, though the Awilish is actually already on the board for Dog One, so curious bans really all the way around, except for that Medusa. I can totally see somebody just banning away Medusa because, once again, another god that's been very, very strong in recent history, and Thoth. Nobody likes getting one shot by the bird.
And this is actually going to be a good target ban just to take it away from Dog One. Shadow Chair is the mid laner here, and Shadow Chair is very strong on Thoth, but Shadow Chair is also really, really strong on that Scylla, and that is probably one of the gods. If you think Shadow Chair, if you've seen him play in any tournaments other than, I mean, right now, Scylla is one of the gods that comes into mind when you hear his name. He is very strong on that, and I think that that's going to cause a little bit of trouble here for Monkey Business as they go forward.
And Hoon bots, speaking of Monkey Business, they're going to take a monkey for themselves. The bots will come out. And once again, I mean, nothing has really changed about the Hoon bots. He's still got that big old fear no evil to just rain havoc down upon Dog One, make it difficult for them to get away. Cupid will also make it difficult for people to get away. And Vamana will be Bellona's lane opponent this time around.
Yeah, looking down, everything looking relatively common. The only thing that kind of catches me off guard is we see the Awilish pick up. Nothing really to synergize with it. No easy knockups for it. So really relying all in kit right there for Dog One instead of maybe trying to go for, you know, even a Vulcan going into the mid lane to just get a little bit of an extra knockup. But seeing as it's going to go through, we're going to have to see how they handle that in game. And really just watching these teams go at it is going to be very interesting because, again, a lot of really big names that we have seen, I mean, all over the Challenger scene.
Yeah, and right off the bat, first thing that I'm going to notice is, of course, there's 2 Sunders currently on the board in the game. Both Vivian in the support role for Monkey Business and Nazarian, they both have a Sunder going on for themselves. The other thing that immediately jumps out is Viper on this Hades. He's got that tier 2 Bancroft's Talon right now. The Talon Trinket is online, going to make his healing that much more annoying in these early stages of the game. As Hoonbots and a Hades, you were fully expecting to outclear the Scylla and the a Wheelish currently. So it's going to be just a lane dominant time for them. Xenomorph thought about ganking in the early stages, but he's going to decide against and just clear out his way.
And this is where the aggression, I'm going straight into the duo lane, is really going to be coming out. I mean, BennyQ taking a little bit of poke along with Nazarian. They're looking to try and return that. Vivian tanking the minions a little bit more than I think he had originally planned to, but aggression all across the board. And these teams, they know where they want to put the pressure. And honestly, when I'm looking at Monkey Business, they want to keep BennyQ down because BennyQ can be the hard carry that Dog1 needs if he's able to get farm here.
Yeah, and I mean, BennyQ is always, once again, one of just my favorite players to watch, one of your favorite players to watch, I know as well. Even though he's playing the Hunter this time and he hasn't just done something and walked in Kumakarna for this duo lane, it still is a lot of fun to watch BennyQ because he's very aggressive and he's very mechanically sound in the fights that he takes. Unfortunately, right now, him and Terra both getting bullied out by Vivian and BudPop as they have admittedly picked a more dominant lane, at least in these level 1 and level 2 stages, while Nazarian still only has the Crushing Earth.
And one thing I'd say is a little bit out of the ordinary from what we're used to seeing in Season 4 is there have been no invades yet. No one has crossed that mid line in the jungle to go and try to take away a buff. And we see the right-hand side completely cleared out already, and the mid camps going on right and left going to be going to to Dog1 here. As it looks like a possible early gank going to be coming on. You were talking about the fact that they had early pressure in duo, and now a Wheelish is going to be making that rotation over, going to be jumping in. BudPop going to take a little bit of damage, but with the taunt coming through, it's forcing the beads early. Panda Turtle just going to take some poke and force to retreat.
Yeah, Panda Turtle, he might not get out of here, though. Vivian trying to chase him down, but Vivian may have chased a little bit too far. The Sunder on top of him, but Viper has made the rotation. The heal going to be good. The Heart Bomb as well, and Nazarian goes pop. BudPop manages to find the second kill of the game as Zyrotic did gank the solo lane in the meantime.
And if there's one thing that you're already going to be feeling as a Vamana against a Bellona is the fact that she's going to be bullying you out of lane, losing first blood, even though it's to the jungler. She gets that assist gold. You get knocked out of lane, forced to use your teleport early on. You're going to be feeling that all game. This is going to be a relatively rough early startup for Yasuomi here on this Vamana, but it still looks like in the duel lane, I mean, just a large grouping. Monkey Business finally broke the curse, went right into the invade, was able to steal away that red buff, but it doesn't look like Dog1 too ready to give everything up, and they're going to make that, that rotation over and clear it all out.
Yeah, Dog1 just trying to recuperate their losses right now. Their dual lane has not had the best of times in these early stages of the game, but Nazarian finally ticking into that level 3 mark. Should have a much better time in terms of wave clear at the very least, as BudPop and Vivian. Vivian is somebody on the side of Monkey Business that I'm interested to see, because when the SPL Gatekeepers didn't make it through relegations, they went ahead and they all collapsed basically as a fight going on right now. Actually, BennyQ is trying to currently get away from the action, and it'll be safe after the ultimate gets expended from BudPop. Right
now, I am putting all of my eyes on Zyrotic just because he has hit probably the most deadly level in the game for anyone having to face a Hunbats. That's level 5. He's now ticked over into level 6, but he still has that Fear No Evil available. And along with Viper, even though they're going to kind of counter each other, I guess, in the way that the ults work, they have a lot of control and just a lot of big AoE zoning that they can use to kind of cape over whenever the Gold Fury fights start, if they have a big fight in mid. And that's going to really kind of allow them to just bully Dog1 down into wherever they want. And Zyrotic really going to be the back of that. He already rotated and got the first blood. I expect to see him have the same kind of impact going forward, probably through the mid lane here.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see what Zyrotic does. I mean, you don't want to use Hades ult to start any team fight because it's just not great when you do that. You want to make sure the dashes are down, even if the relics are up, which should happen less frequently with that Hunbats Fear No Evil. Likely Hades and bots will be diving on the same person, just at different times. And you talked about Viper finding his way back in the mid lane. I think this is the lane that he truly wants to play, but there always just ends up being better mid laners than supports. Because I always think of, well, Viper played mid for the first 3 weeks, and now he's right back into that duo lane support role. But now it seems though he should be good here. Nazarian, can't say the same for him. Zyrotic, Fear No Evil into the Pillar of Agony, and he falls for the 3rd kill of the game.
Creating a huge Venn diagram of death just right there. Fear No Evil, that worked perfectly, pushing them right into Viper, keeping the damage where they need to. And I mean, even though they blow completely 2 ultimates on it, they get the kill. They have 3-0 lead right now, and they've kind of extended their gold lead, sitting up at 2,000. While the taunt doesn't go through, they still have the 1,700 experience. And really, I mean, Viper, he might not be necessarily kind of shining out bright right now, but I'm looking over again at Zyrotic, who's kind of leading the way for his team. He's a level ahead of the opposing jungler, and he's just causing all of the havoc that Dog1 are experiencing.
Ooh, but Zyrotic might be in a little bit too deep, ends up burning his Purification Bees. The Athena ult does come down on top of him, but Viper, he went in while everybody else ran away. Shadow Chair going to make sure he can't get away anymore. Ultimate comes down, and Viper going to fall for the first kill for Dog1. Zyrotic is low, but the ultimate from Budpop doing well to disengage. BennyQ, he's doing better to engages. He's going to find the second kill of the fight. Budpop also falling, and Vivian just barely going to be able to dash out for right now, but can he get away entirely? Eagles Rally says yes, and Panda Turtle just barely going to live as well.
Xenonhog with no mana trying to get away, but the stun from Terra and the crush going to be good. Shadow Chair going to be showing up big for his team there. 2-0-1 is the Scylla, getting 2 kills for him, 1 on the Terra, 1 on the Anhur, and bringing it right back in their favor and bringing the game back to pretty much completely even. No real lead from Monkey Business anymore, as Dog1 able to take that one ahead. And really, that was just over aggression. Zyrotic, Viper, Vivian all going way too deep in the jungle and just giving Dog1 the leeway they needed.
Yeah, Zyrotic went too deep initially, then Vivian's ult came out to disengage, which was good, but then Viper went in immediately afterwards as well. And then everybody started trying to peel for Viper, and they just kept dying one by one as they all continued to walk in. That lead that Monkey Business had fought so hard to build up, at least as far as kills is concerned, has now dissipated as Dog1 4-3. Just a little bit of gold difference between the two of them, about 400 gold, 400 experience. Nothing too big, nothing to write home about. But an even ball game will eventually start favoring this team of Dog1, who does have that Scylla on the board.
Although right now, Vivian again getting caught out. BennyQ going to be jumping forward, but stunned from the Heart Bomb. Vivian actually going to be able to live because of Budpop's play right there. Goes right back in, dashing forward aggressively, but Vivian not too worried about his health pool. It seems he has enough mana and enough control on this Athena that he's not too worried. While over in the mid lane, we're going to be seeing Viper just pick up Panda Turtle, but the return kill because the tower, it still does damage. We're only 7 minutes in.
Yeah, especially when you're a Hades with 0 health items or defense items right now. It is just going to chunk through you. You're no longer a Guardian. Congratulations, you've got more mage-like base stats. And it's just going to be... Viper's going to trade himself out. I don't know if that was worthwhile to do. And BennyQ, it's certainly not worthwhile for him to take this fight. Vivian going to get credit for the kill off the ult from Budpop. BennyQ going to fall for the first time this match.
And really, that's going to be kind of the nail in the coffin, I want to say. Budpop is one of those ADCs who's kind of patient, very team-based, whereas BennyQ is very...
Fight.
Fight. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. He just wants to all-on aggression you all the time, solo you, go and steal your jungle, do whatever he can to really kind of gain that control. And losing it, even if it's just a simple kill like that, can kind of change the pace of the game for him. I'm not sure how well he really handles the idea of, okay, well, you just need to sit back, sit down, calm down, and take this aggression where it goes. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to handle that. Of course, one death, not going to spell the end of the world for him, but really right now, 5-5, the gold lead still sits in favor. Monkey Business able to kind of swerve that one back. 1,500 gold, which isn't a huge amount when you spread it across the team, but it's just enough to give them a small lead and a little bit of extra vision in the jungle.
And Panda Turtle, he's going to get aggressed on right now. Vivian goes in for the taunt. Panda Turtle going to eat a ton of damage from that Hades 3, but he will be able to just go ahead and back to base for right now, as right now it's just kind of... And you were mentioning Budpop earlier. I mean, last time, in the last split of the CC, we talked about the North American Hunter pool a lot because of just how insanely deep it was. But Budpop was not a name that was in that conversation, and he was just kind of left alone. Panda Turtle in the mid lane, though, he's not being left alone by Zyrotic. Both players very, very low on everything, and they'll just go ahead and both have to back to base after a couple of ultimates and relics get burned.
You know, one thing that I feel like should have caught us off guard, but I didn't even register it because we've been doing this for so long, is the fact that we do see an Athena in the support role, and we haven't seen Athena a lot lately, but she's still got everything that she used to have, doesn't she?
Yeah, Athena, the only thing that she really lacked was that early game level 1 pressure. Shield wall is tough to confirm on both hits on the minion wave when you're thinking about the very first level. And so that made it tough. She still has good jungle clear, though, with that shield wall. She does still have that taunt. I mean, the taunt is one of the easiest to confirm CCs in the game, and it's very, very strong still. It's just kind of that early game pressure has made people stop favoring the Athena so much, simply due to the fact that you also have the likes of Terra, who also does not have that early game pressure. But when she presses 4, everybody gets movement speed, clear casting, CDR, healing, and the kitchen sink really on top of that as well. So that's just kind of where Athena has started to fall. But Vivian, not afraid to pick her up.
And definitely not afraid to use her. I mean, sitting at 1-0-2 right now, it's obviously been working out a little bit for his team, being a part of the 3 kills and really being able to help BudPop get to where he is at this point. Just sitting a little bit above BennyQ in levels right now. And honestly, the experience is just very, very slightly in favor of Monkey Business, mainly there in that ADC as well in the jungle. Zyrotic just farming a little bit better, and also having the 2 kills under his belt is going to be helping him out there. The team seemed to have kind of calmed down a little bit. They were fighting a lot earlier, but now they've noticed with Gold Fury coming up, sitting at about 11 minutes into the game, that's going to be a very prominent objective, and any team fight really that gets shaken at this point is going to spell a free Gold Fury for either team. And so being a little bit more patient, a little bit more careful is exactly the way that they need to go, and possibly trying to catch someone out like Viper alone, but he's going to be too close to his lane. Traveling as a 3-man group, really good for Dog1, but they just really aren't able to capitalize on anything here.
Yeah, Dog1 just going to go ahead and back away. But, I mean, they're okay with this game being more farm-orientated. They have the Scylla on their team, and late game Scylla has always been very strong. But a Gold Fury at this point in time being completely snuck by Monkey Business. Everybody went back to base, and there's no vision. Monkey Business, they managed to steal one away. They're going to get the very first gold lead of the game. BennyQ going to get aggressed on, but just immediately popping those purification beads, and he's going to manage to hold on to his life. But those lack of beads with Zyrotic just around the corner should mean that this Hunter needs to play a lot more safely.
And just showing you don't necessarily have to win a team fight in order to get that Gold Fury. All you have to do is convince the other team that you're not going for it. And I mean, Dog1 completely fell for the act. Monkey Business making the just perfect rotations, knowing the vision in the jungle, knowing where the wards are, and knowing where they can stand without letting Dog1 know that that's where they're going. But it still leaves some things open that really does depend on how Dog1 are going to react. And I'm looking mainly at Panda Turtle here. Him and Shadow Chair have to kind of group up, do something to get some damage down, get the ball rolling for their team. I haven't seen a lot come out of the jungle as a solo kill over here on the left side. BennyQ picking up BudPop, but it looks like he's going to have a big hand on him going through the taunt, and the Fear No Evil coming through. BennyQ just one hit away, and Zyrotic going to be able to return that one. Kills stay even, except for the gank on Xenon Hawk, who unfortunately is going to be falling, and Monkey Business find themselves in a kill deficit, but they still have the gold lead.
With no Gold Fury to pick up, the ultimate trade ends up going in favor of Dog1. They get the solo kill, they get the kill onto the solo, and yes, there was that return kill on the BennyQ, but overall, it's not that bad of a situation for them. Nazarian starting up the Portal Demon, but since Dog1 elected to go for the tower first, they don't really have a line to getting anything done. And at the picks and bans, you mentioned that Panda Turtle doesn't have any real knockups on his team other than that Vamana dash. You have Hades 1, and you also have the Hoonbot's jump. Both of them, Awelish will be able to pull them away from that, and I think that was the idea of picking it up so early, was to stop the Hades play, stop Hades from being able to get away or initiate effectively. But so far, we just haven't seen that interaction come through. Panda Turtle's kind of been left out to dry in a way, not able to find any of the early aggression that I think he would have wanted.
Yeah, but so far, looking like he's trying to transition to this mid-game a little bit better, as we're actually going to see Zyrotic get pushed against the pillar, going to be forced to bees just to get away right there. The Harp's going to be coming down so he can heal up. It looks like we're just going to see Monkey Business go immediately for the Oracle Harpies, not continue this aggression. But I'm looking at Panda Turtle, you were saying, I mean, that gank on the solo lane, the biggest thing wasn't necessarily putting down the solo as much as was taking down that Bellona, as Viper going to get aggressed on Panda Turtle, just looking for one more hit. Nazarian going to get the Sunder kill, though, shooting that one and threading the needle, able to pick that one up. But BennyQ, he's going to feel the burn and the pain for his team going all in on the mid as they now are rotating over here to the dual lane, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything out of this.
Yeah, Vivian is currently still trying to run away. Down to half health, gets knocked up out of his dash, and right now Yasomi happy to just tank the tower. Shadow Chair happy to gobble up Vivian. He's going to find one kill. Ultimate not going to connect on that second mark. Yasomi still taking up the tower, still in that big baby form. They'll find the second kill. Xenon Hawk finally answering back something, but it will be looking to be his funeral right now as he's trying to get away from Shadow Chair, and it will be the triple kill for the mid lane Scylla.
As Zyrotic makes the rotation over, overhand smash, not going to connect right now, and he's in a 1v3 scenario, having to jump away. Right now, Yasomi, with the tankiness that he has in his kit, could potentially go forward, but we're going to see Dog1 back away there. But Shadow Chair doing exactly what Shadow Chair does, and that's playing this Scylla to such an ability that he's now sitting at 6-0-2, and he doesn't seem too worried about anything Hades can pull out because he's got a 3-level lead.
Yeah, I mean, early on, it was definitely Viper getting the better end of the Scylla, as you would expect in a Hades versus Scylla matchup. But now it's really started to turn around in favor of Shadowchair. And once again, I mean, Shadowchair is a player that's been around the competitive scene for a long time. He spent a lot of time in the amateur scene. Honestly, his most successful stint was coaching the SPL Gatekeepers last split, but now finding his way onto a team of players that he's very familiar with. I honestly expect some good things out of Shadowchair here because I think that he's going to be very, very comfortable. Right now, he's a little bit caught out of position, but he should be okay. Viper getting pulled in and flipped over. Yassomi credited with the kill, but Panatoad going to make sure he cannot dash away. And Benny Q, he might be in a little bit of trouble as well as he's trying to run away from this fight.
Portal Demon going to get taken down by Dog 1. Vivian still trying to fight it all. Xenon Hawk making the rotation over as well. The taunt going to be good, but Vivian too low. Shadowchair with the I'm a Monster going to be able to clear him up, no problem. Trying to get the second hit onto Zyrotic, but Zyrotic with the jump going to be able to disengage there. That's going to be a big win overall. Dog 1, they save Benny Q, they get a couple kills, and they grab that Portal Demon. Bud Pup still fighting against Yassomi right now, taking more damage than it's worth, and Yassomi doesn't seem too worried about it. His team is just around the corner. The tier 1 tower is the main target, but he doesn't mind picking up a couple kills here either.
Yeah, Yassomi, I mean, he's playing Keeper. The only people around to stop is Bud Pop and Xenon Hawk. So let's go ahead and make sure that they do not have that option to stop anything going on right now. Benny Q left all to his own devices on the left side of the map. I'd say he's going to try and split push down this tier 1, but it's a little bit late for that. So he's really just snagging himself some extra farm. Gold Fury has respawned by this point in time, so that might be the next point of aggression looking for everybody, but I would not be shocked if Dog 1 just says, we're going to start a fight and Shadowchair is going to kill you.
Depending on the vision that they want to keep as well, Dog 1, they can either look for this Gold Fury and try to force a fight over here, or they can just wait, let Monkey Business have it, and go take the Fire Giant while they're sneaking it through. But Vivian going to get caught out, knocked up, going right into the Aeolish, but the Aegis is going to be good, and that's the only time that you're going to see a support forced into the Aegis is the fact that Vivian just keeps getting bursted down like crazy. Having to buy a selfish relic in that support role is just a big win for Dog 1 already. And now we're going to see Zyrotic go forward, trying to get Xenon Hawk or Shadowchair there and just trying to get the damage down. Nazarian going to take all the poke, though, right in the front line. Gold Fury looking like it's going to be a little bit more tasty, but Yassomi trying to do the best he can. Sunder going to be coming out, taking a little bit of extra poke, but it's a 4v1, and honestly, he's not looking that much worse for wear.
You know, the big baby form going to be able to keep him pretty well topped off, at least as far as health is concerned. Gold Fury, I don't know if I'll be able to say the same about that. Panaturtle, he gets taunted and taking a lot of damage from the likes of Monkey Business, and he is just trying. And Benny Q also now trying to enter his bid into the fight. Shadowchair having some issues getting in as well, and it looks as though this Gold Fury might end up just being a good for the taking for Monkey Business, and it will indeed. They're going to get the second Gold Fury of the game, both belonging to their own names. Shadowchair low on mana, forced to go back to base. I mean, that was just a great fight coming out from the side of Monkey Business. They managed to catch people out of position, bring them down low, and got one kill off of it, but everybody was too low to really contest anything that they wanted to do.
Now, the only issue I really had coming out of that fight was the fact that afterward, I looked at Vivian, and his health pool was pretty much gone, and he wanted to get aggressive. Like, you hear him charging up that dash. He's ready to go in, get a taunt, help his team out. And really, at that point, take the lead, just back away and chill out. And now they might pay for it. It's Viper getting aggressed on, but Panaturtle not going to use the knock-up, not going to use the ult that he has available to him, but they don't really need it. They're bursting him down. Fear No Evil going to come out, though, and save the life. Panaturtle going to be the first to fall. Nazarian falling right after him and going right back in. Zyrotic trying to get the aggression, forcing the I'm a Monster out of Shadowchair and being able to teleport through. He's taking a lot of damage, but the Fields of Love going to be coming down. Benny Q jumping away, using that Purification Beats to his ability, and Yassomi again being the front line, but the taunt coming through. Benny Q's the main target. They want to get rid of this ADC, and they're just taking him down slowly. Xenon Hawk gets the credit for that one, and now with only 2 members standing, it looks like Dog 1 are going to retreat, and the tier 1 tower in mid is going to be all for Monkey Business.
Ooh, Shadowchair, he's getting dove on next. Vivian going to hit the Sunder. Shadowchair trying to get away, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to really. Yes, he will, because the taunt was not available for Vivian, so Shadowchair going to make it by the skin of his teeth. Yassomi trying to play Keeper still, and he's doing a great job of it. Viper almost dead, and Yassomi, he's going to keep going further in, trying to get the last hit out there, but he will not be able to. Yassomi will finally fall. Xenon Hawk credited with that kill against his solo lane opposition.
But he did exactly what Yosomi really wanted to do there, and that was save the tier 2 tower. Had he not intervened there, that would have been a clean tier 2, a clean chunk of gold there for Monkey Business. And honestly, the biggest real lead that we've gotten to see on the map, because no tier 2 towers have fallen. In fact, Dog 1 still have 5 of their towers standing. On the other side, there's only 4 left, the 2 tier 1s, 1 in mid, 1 in solo being taken down. This is really just kind of the war of attrition at this point. Whichever team is going to get a heavy lead should be able to come through and clean up the map, but both teams being very, very good on defense right now, being able to stop that and really not letting anyone take off. I mean, even looking at the gold lead, it's 1,500. It has been sitting around this 1,500 mark. It's been fluctuating in and out of favor of both teams, but it is not really broken out of there, and that's really where we need to see one of these teams kind of skyrocket. If they're able to get ahead, they're able to take the game, but right now, keeping it even all the way.
Yeah, and as of right now, Nazarian getting collapsed in on Zyrotic, looking for the Fear No Evil onto Shadow Chair, not going to find it, and Nazarian seems like a tasty enough target. No, Nazarian will actually be able to get away. The dash is just barely long enough on that first go to get him outside of that outside of the Hades ultimate there. And now Yosomi is going to try and defend his tier 1 tower, but it's looking pretty likely to get taken down as Xenohawk's just sitting there whacking away at it with Bud Pop. And it will indeed fall. So now the tower count getting even up across both sides of the map as everybody's trying to run away. And Panda Turtle, he might get collapsed on.
Now, Viper going to be the first one to fall, though. Yosomi chasing him down, going deep right now, and still fighting in the big baby form. Bud Pop going to be the next target for him. He's chasing as deep as he can go, but the Cupid is just a little bit too fast. The dash going to be good. Yosomi still looking to pursue him, though, having a dash of his own, looking to try and kill the ADC. The Fields of Love are going to be enough to deter that. Xenonhawk as well as Vivian kind of zoning the rest of Dog 1 from getting over there. But even at half health for Panda Turtle, Shadow Chair, and BennyQ, that Portal Demon doesn't stand much of a chance. The damage is coming out. Vivian still just sitting around. Xenonhawk is teleported in as well, trying to steal this one away. The Crush is going to be laying there, and they're just looking to see who can get it. It's going to be Dog 1 who picked that one up, and Vivian looking to pay for it with his life. Aegis saving his life once again, and the Impale actually going to screw Shadow Chair there, not letting the I'm a Monster connect. BennyQ essentially getting a KS because they were still able to pick up the kill, but Shadow Chair, you know Shadow Chair is a little bit mad about it.
Oh, Shadow Chair is absolutely mad about that one right there. That was just a miscommunication coming out. Nothing else really to call that one there. But once again, another fight has now been won this time around by Dog 1. They get the Portal Demon. They get 2 kills out of it ultimately. And really, my eyes are kind of focused on 2 players this game, Shadow Chair and Zyrotic. Every single fight, Zyrotic gets off a good Fear No Evil. Monkey Business is 1. Every single fight where Shadow Chair gets off a lot of damage, not necessarily hits the ultimate, because he did not do that in the last fight, but it seems as though Dog 1 is able to win it. And last time around Zyrotic, he went in deep looking for Shadow Chair, but he just couldn't end up finding it. So ultimately, his ultimate just did not have that same impact that you want out of a Fear No Evil. It kind of was used to the wayside. It got everybody low, but it didn't kill anybody, and it didn't force anybody back to base. And now Dog 1, they're looking to take their newly found advantage and push it just a little bit further onto this tier 2 tower.
We're going to see seeing Fear No Evil and Fields of Love come down, just trying to get all the damage that they can, but they're not really able to do anything, but they do separate Dog 1. Shadow Chair and BennyQ alone on the right-hand side, but Panda Turtle is the main target right now, but he's getting a lot of return damage. Xenonhawk able to get that. Zyrotic still alive and able to make it out of the Nazarian. Very low, but he's making it out as well as Yosomi has come through, takes out Viper, continuing in this big baby form to get that AoE damage, chasing down Bud Pop mainly, but Shadow Chair and BennyQ have troubles of their own, and they're going to turn it around with the I'm a Monster. Vivian now very low. BennyQ chasing him down. Nazarian has turned around to stay in the fight, and with the knockup coming out from BennyQ, Yosomi going to be able to clean that one up, and so far a 2 for 1, 3 for 1 as Shadow Chair picks up Bud Pop in the backline, and now Xenonhawk, the last one really standing over here. Zyrotic trying to make this rotation over, and has come through. Yosomi taking a little bit more damage, forced to fall back, but the tier 2 tower ultimately falls, and the kills go in favor of Dog 1, keeping their lead, and honestly, able to turn their sights now to the Fire Giant if they really want.
Yeah, that one crit really completely dissuaded Yosomi after that first auto attack from Hubatsu. Was like, nope, maybe this is not a great idea to fight this out right now. But once again, another very good fight. This time around, Zyrotic did get off a good Fear No Evil, but the bead was still available for Shadow Chair, so he was able to get out of it. But while the fight was pretty even, Monkey Business just ended up getting completely split up. Dog 1, they managed to stay as mostly one unit, but Monkey Business did not have nearly the same amount of luck. And then BennyQ making the flashy jump in to find the kill, as only BennyQ does. As only BennyQ does. Well, Azatman does it as well. But as far as the CC boys are concerned, BennyQ is the player to go in deep, to go in aggressive, to use his jump in that situation, and set his team up for success.
Right now, we're actually seeing the opposite of what I said would happen earlier. We're going to see Dog 1 going all in on that Gold Fairy, and we see Monkey Business going for this Fire Giant, but Yosomi is over here, and Yosomi is going to be the one who's live. They're looking to steal or looking to clean up. Gold Fairy going to be falling. Viper taking a little bit of extra damage. The Fire Giant's the main target. Fear No Evil going to be coming through, and it's going to be secured. Monkey Business get that, but Yosomi still looking for blood, chasing down deep, going for Zyrotic, with the Fields of Love going to cancel him out of that dash. Right now, he's going to be rooted where he is, but Panda Turtles made the rotation over, forcing the beats. Not going to connect is the I'm a Monster. Viper, though, still going to fall overall, not able to make it out of there. Vivian going to be the next target as the easiest one to really pick up. Bursted down like it's nothing. Xenon Hawk, Bud Pop, Zyrotic all alive, but this Phoenix is exposed, and this Phoenix is going to be the biggest target. Xenon Hawk is a just kind of tasty side dish, really, to the big bird that they are looking at.
Yeah, but Nazarian will be the one to fall here, and now they've chased too deep. 3 people still have Fire Giant, and Zyrotic is one of them. He's got 2 kills for himself. He's looking at everybody else, but since he jumped in, it's going to be his doom. BennyQ able to finally shut down the opposing team's jungler, and now they're all just going to kind of be walking around here. Something I want to call attention to here. BennyQ's got the Runeforged Hammer, which there's been a lot of talk about the Runeforged Frostbound build for ADCs. There is no Frostbound coming out from the side of BennyQ. So he's really just relying on the amount of CC that his team has between the Terra, the Scylla, the Wheelish, the Vamana. They all have a pretty decent amount on her with some himself. So it's going to be an interesting selection by BennyQ. Once again, he's not going to play it standard. He's not going to play it with the Frostbound Runeforge. He's just going to go out and say, you know what? All I need is the Runeforge to do a lot more damage to these people.
One of the things I saw in that last team fight that kind of spoke words to me was the fact that Dog 1 have great communication, but at the same time, they rely a little bit too much on their combo ability. Now, as Panda Turtle got the knockup, got the ult on the Viper, and immediately right where Viper would have landed had the entire ult gone through, Shadow Chair throws down the I'm a Monster, kind of relying on the combo potential, but just showing the communication between the team is just right on point. I like seeing that coming through, and honestly, I wonder how that's going to affect them now. The Portal Demon being started up by Monkey Business. Again, Yosomi is here, Crush over the wall, looking to try and steal it away, but it's going to be going the way of Monkey Business. Yosomi not successful, and Shadow Chair taking a lot of poke for the trouble. The Sunder did come through. He's trying to run away, using the I'm a Monster for that movement speed, and he's going to be able to make it out clean.
Yeah, he just keeps glancing back and seeing 3 people running him down. And it's going to completely dissuade him, but not dissuaded right now. BennyQ and Panda Turtle both pushing forward, trying to split push away. They're willing to give up this tier 2 tower because Yosomi, again, doing an excellent job of playing keeper, attempting to stop them all. Viper going to do some damage here. Yosomi gonna get that kill with a long-range Sunder shot. Viper falls, the tier 2 tower falls, but so does the left side Phoenix, and Vivian Panda Turtle gets credited with that kill.
Right now, Xenon Hawk able to get 1 return kill. BennyQ possibly going to fall as well. Xenon Hawk not done yet. He wants to continue chasing, but the slow's going to be coming down. The damage boost is going to be going forward. And we actually see here Xenon Hawk fighting forward. BennyQ continuing to keep this aggression with the Phoenix down. He doesn't have to worry about the tower damage, but the entire team is rotating over to him, and you are just one lonely on her, but he's doing one big important thing. He might be dying, but he just pulled the entire team right back to the base and let his team not only respawn, but regroup and go back. They can clear out their jungle cleanly. They can go and look around the map, throw up some wards. He was a perfect distraction.
Unfortunately, he's also letting Viper and Vivian respawn. They're both going to be coming up here very, very shortly, whereas Panda Turtle's down for another 15 seconds, and now BennyQ will be down for another 40. So it's going to be... There's going to be the full 5 members coming out from Monkey Business very soon, and they're going to have to push their advantage if they want to win this, or if they want to find their foothold to start trying to win this game. If you look at the graphs, it's a big lead now in favor of Dog 1. 6K gold, 7K experience. Experience starting to matter less and less as people are ticking into level 20. Really, the notable differences, you have Panda Turtle 2 levels down, Vipers 3 levels down, still a level up in supports and 2 levels up in ADC. It's not that big of a gap at this point in time, though a lot of those levels will ultimately still matter. You are really looking towards the gold difference right now, which can be helped a little bit by taking down a tier 1 tower over on that left side.
and continuing that aggression into the tier 2. I do see Yasomi, who has so far been the perfect tier 2 defender, but not going to be making that rotation over just yet. The rest of his team is joining them, and really, he's in a perfect position to cause some disruption and do something for his team going forward. Already taunted in, he's going to be dashing forward, and I kind of expect to see him possibly go big baby, but Viper going to get caught out, going to be able to dash away, though. Panda Turtle not forcing that one through to use that ultimate, and honestly, Monkey Business are in the perfect retreat. They're full running. The Terra ult was just used to give the movement speed to Dog 1 to try and let them get into this fight because they want to pick up something. They just lost the tier 2. But Monkey Business are playing this, I mean, the perfect retreat. They didn't drop anyone after picking up the tier 2.
No, nobody has died up to this point, and they're actually not in a bad position to fight this. Honestly, Vivian, he's going to recognize that. He's going right for Shadow Chair. Shadow Chair popping the ultimate and trying to run away after the Sunder does not connect, and he will be able to get out, but that will be 2 ults down now for the side of Dog 1. Monkey Business have yet to expend a single one. Good looks at to take this fight a little bit further on. Gold Fury will get dropped. Dog 1 credited with that. And last time they did the Gold Fury, they lost the Fire Giant, but this time around, Monkey Business not in position to pull off that stunt again. Dog 1 will be safe to just kind of lurk around the corner here and maybe even start up a Fire Giant of their own.
What I like is seeing Dog 1 learn their lesson. Not only were they able to burst that Gold Fury down just a little bit faster, all 5 members in one just huge cohesive horde running over to the Fire Giant immediately to make sure that either no one is on it or they can steal it away if there is, and being able to kind of take control now with 5 members there, able to really control this zone of the map. Vivian going to get pulled back. We're going to see Fields of Love and Fear No Evil going to get thrown down. Shadow Chair going to be the first to fall, and Vivian's still alive. Viper going in the middle trying to do whatever he can with this Pillar of Agony, but it's just not working out for him. Going to have to dash away and just retreat full on, really, but their team winning so far. Benny Q going to fall down. That's 2 for none right now in favor, 3 for 1 as Monkey Business pick up yet another kill and completely gain control of this game in one sweeping move. Fire Giant is open. Yasomi the only one left alive, but with the Phoenixes exposed in mid and left, this is a big play for Monkey Business.
Yeah, Monkey Business should be able to get this. They can even get the tier 2 tower in right immediately afterwards if they wanted to. Everybody's looking to zone people away, and there's a big difference in Smite between dumping all of your abilities into the support and at level 5 and all of your abilities into support at level 16, 30 minutes into the game. They tried to kill Vivian so hard. They dumped everything into him after that ultimate coming out from Panda Turtle, but that also grouped everybody up, and that meant free pickings for Zyrotic and Viper and all of those big old circles that are on this team of Monkey Business. Just a poor decision, and that was Shadow Chair's first death as well, and it's going to be very, very costly. They lose the Fire Giant, they lose the tier 2 tower, and the momentum of this game is definitely in favor currently of Monkey Business.
All 12 towers on the map completely erased right now. Left-hand Phoenix for Monkey Business has respawned, so they do have that defense. I like the fact Vivian over there pushing the wave up as far as he can to allow that to not necessarily get taken away, snuck away, as it looks again like Panda Turtle and Benny Q are sticking together. They were the team that took it in the first place. They have that potential again if they really want to. And as it's standing right now, Dog 1 on their back legs with 5 members on the Fire Giant for Monkey Business. Those Phoenixes do not have as much protections as they would really like. And with the towers all being gone, this is really Monkey Business's decision. Where do they want to fight? How do they want to do this? And how do they want to pull it? Dog 1 kind of have to play into their hands at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Dog 1, you do have that Fear No Evil to kind of make people come out and fight you, but Relic should be up by the time that the fight starts, although except for maybe on Benny Q, he does still have a little bit of ways to go on his. But still, the Fear No Evil is going to be where I'm looking at. And I'm also looking at where does Dog 1 decide to expend their resources, because they just proved in that last fight it cannot be Vivian again unless Vivian is completely by himself, which he was not in that last engagement. So now it is going to be up to the side of Monkey Business. They've got the Athena taunts, they've got the Fear No Evil. Let's see how they start this fight.
Lining up already, left-hand side, left-hand Phoenix is the main target. Xenonhawk kind of leading the way. Vivian has been forced into so many things just to keep himself alive for as long as he can right now. I see the bubble on top of him as well as his Aegis being up here, so he's going to be able to kind of fight forward if he really wants to. But Monkey Business aren't going in. They're just kind of dancing around this Phoenix right now. And I like the call because they want to wait. They want to see the prime opportunity really for Zyrotic to go in or for Vivian to get a ton. Shadow Chair going to go up into the Ammo Monster looking for some of the damage to throw that ion onto Bud Pop. A huge chunk going to be falling as they continue their aggression and now trying to turn this one around. Dog 1 leading the way, forcing them back. Bud Pop, though, is able to heal back up. And essentially this entire fight just moved about 10 feet south from the Phoenix.
Yeah, and now it is going to, but they don't have to worry about that ultimate from Scylla anymore. Bud Pop, thanks to the sustain from both himself and that Fire Giant, he is going to be right on back to full. And now they can look to push back on in. Shadow Chair gonna have to burn his beads this time around. Saying the Aegis comes out from Vivian to avoid the damage. Yasumi going in, trying to bat down. Viper trying to get away, but the pull was good. The beads better. Viper also going to live. And once again, after all of this fighting, several ultimates are another ultimate down from the side of Dog 1, while the side of Monkey Business still holds on to all of their own.
And now Vivian and Xenonhawk again trying to lead the way into the Phoenix. The crush over the wall, not going to connect with anyone. Yasomi being the main target because he has been the biggest keeper that they've had going forward. Xenonhawk not going to be able to connect the ult, but Shadow Chair, the first blood here. Monkey Business able to pick that one up. Yasomi going to be the next target and the next death for Dog 1. Now 2 members down and Nazarian looking like he's about to fall. The Phoenix is gone and the Titan exposed. 2 members left standing. Panda Turtle, Benny Q trying to do whatever they can, but there's not much they can against 5 members with Fire Giant and Athena, the tank, already alive. Vivian, though, going to fall down. Viper going to take some damage, but it's not going to matter as the focus was on the Titan. And Monkey Business are going to pull game 1 after 35 minutes.
Yeah, Monkey Business had it was an up and down game for both teams. They both had their moments of shining. They both had their lesser moments. But at the end of the day, it all came down to target prioritization for Monkey Business. They kept going on Shadow Chair, fight after fight after fight. They wanted to take him down, and they finally were able to do it towards the later stages. He was 9-0, then he falls down to 9-2, and while they were able to get his ults and whatnot off the board, that just meant an easier time for Monkey Business. Zyrotic, of course, 11-2-7. He is the player that is the obvious standout player from that game with those, once again, very good Fear No Evils as the Monkey remains unbanned.
And especially just looking at it again, where you see, I mean, Viper was 1-8, Vivian was 2-7, and Vivian was forced into a lot of selfish items there, but it was just really impressive overall to watch Monkey Business, like you said, play that one properly and really just take the right picks, take the right fights, and do what they needed to beat Dog 1. With that, I mean, they take the first game. There's still another one after this, and we're going to have to see how that one goes. We're going to go to a short break as we get game 2 ready for you guys, as Monkey Business look to try and get the 2-0, but Dog 1 looking to defend.